Business is not easy. Business is going to knock you down. You're going to have to get back up. You're going to have to toughen the fuck up in business. You're going to have to get resilient, and you're going to have to learn to move with fear, move with self-doubt, move with your inner mean girl screaming at you. And I have had seasons where all of those things were really loud and aggressive, and I've moved powerfully regardless. And I think that's what makes me powerful and makes this message so powerful. Welcome to the She Who Dares podcast. I'm your host, Crystal Wilson, the founder of She Who Dares. I'm a specialized breakthrough and mindset coach, business mentor, online course creator, and your number one no BS hype woman. I'm here to remind you who the fuck you are and reignite your personal power through powerful and expanding conversations on all things business, mindset, and energetics, to help you break through to your next level of success in all areas of your life, business, and bank account. Each episode is designed to expand your mind, shift your identity, raise your frequency, as well as give you success strategies to help you step into your highest, most powerful, abundant, successful, and magnetic you. So, I dare you to join me each episode, and I double dare you to implement what you learn and go all in on you. All in on your life, your business, your success. Because if you do, like so many of my She Who Dares clients and students, you will become everything that you know deep down you can be. Ready? Let's friggin' do this. Hi guys, welcome back to the She Who Dares podcast. Wow, I was just sitting here getting set up for the last hour. Every little tech thing that could go wrong has just gone wrong. And as I just connected, I was like, is the universe giving me a sign that I'm not meant to record an episode for you guys? Because my big computer shut itself. None of my things were charged. I couldn't get it to work. Then the system malfunctioned. And then I finally get into Riverside, which is the programming that I use to record the podcast. And then it said, sorry, we're having issues connecting to your microphone and your camera. And I was like, what is going on? But we're here and we're ready to get into it. So today is going to be a short and sweet episode. And I feel like I've already cursed myself saying it's going to be short and sweet because I don't know short and sweet because I'm a talker. But let's just see how we go. I want to give you guys a bit of a life update, or more so like maybe a bit of a life and business update. I've been sharing a lot recently about, the troubles and struggles and the ups and downs of business and how my business, She Who Dares, was doing really well. And I was doing over multi-six figures a year, very easily and effortlessly, mind you. And then it all kind of came crashing to the ground, and that I'd gone to that personal development retreat with my mentor, and I'd shared that for the first time out loud. Now, I've been in the rebuilding phase of my business for the last couple of years. I've been in the trenches rebuilding. And it's so interesting because when I shared that at the event, which I don't even know what date it was, I think it was like a month ago or 2 months ago, the 21st of August was when I went to that event. It's so interesting because I feel like when I look at this year, I look at June, July, August, and then September, okay? Like the last 4 months, but really the last 90 days, it's like all of my efforts have absolutely compounded. And I feel like a catalyst as well was going to that event and kind of speaking that truth. In doing so, it just energetically freed me without me even realizing how much of an impact not saying it was actually having on me. And since then, it's like the floodgates have opened. And I feel like I am just running at full speed ahead, and life and business is going so well. And I'm attracting so many incredible new women into the She Who Dares community, so many new clients, and really aligned clients. And it's just been a really interesting journey. And so how I kind of operate in my business is I sit down at the beginning of every quarter. So we're about to actually start Q4 of 2025, which is, I think it's 93 days today. left of the year, which is super exciting. Because when you think, oh, we've only got 3 months left to the end of the year, but when you actually break it down into days, like 94 days, then it's, oh shit, that's almost 100 days. That's amazing. But what I do is every quarter I sit down and I really map out like my whole entire plan for the next 3 months in my business. What I'm launching, what I'm selling, what my focuses are, my content, what I'm going to be speaking about, who am I attracting into my business? And I also set revenue goals. So this year, I have been setting an increased revenue goal every quarter. And then I break that down into months, I break that down into weeks, and I do a whole kind of like very thorough, very strategic plan for my business, which is actually one of the things that I'm going to be teaching in the She Who Dares in Business Mastermind that's starting at the end of the month. Side note. And the last 3 months, I've absolutely smashed my goals. I'm in this like momentum stage again in business where things are compounding, income is increasing, things are moving in the direction they want to go, which I'm just so grateful for. I was actually doing my numbers for September the other night, and it's been so busy and I've had so many events and just so much going on that I knew I was having a really successful month, but I hadn't actually had the time to sit down and work out like what those numbers look like. And I did it the other night and I was just like, holy shit. And I just turned to Bruce and I shared the number with him. I was like, this is what the business has done this month. And he was like, holy shit. And I was like, yep. And I just burst into tears, like out of her cry now, out of just such immense gratitude. And it's not so much about the number. It's more about what that number represents for me. It's been such a difficult few years in business. And my business has still done well. Like obviously I still have a business. I still work in my business full time. It still pays me. But it has been a really difficult few years. I was doing multi 6 figures a year and it was so easy. And then it all came crashing down to the ground in late 2022, which was so difficult. As I've mentioned in previous episodes, it was one of the hardest things that I've ever navigated. And I have just been working so hard and so diligently and so committedly to rebuild my business because I truly believe in the work that I do and the impact that I am here to make in the world and the impact that I have made and will make and continue to make. And it's really important to me. And there were some really hard times in the last like 2 and a bit years where it felt like I was pushing bricks, boulders up a hill. And there were many moments where I had to have hard conversations with myself about, am I meant to no longer do this anymore? Am I meant to go back into the workforce? And I've not worked in like a decade. I've not been employed by somebody in over a decade. I'm not even employable anymore, I don't think. And I just had this deep inner knowing that I could figure it out, but it was really hard. And even though I had a deep inner knowing to keep going, to keep pushing, to keep going, Crystal, I'll be honest with you, I had never experienced a time in my life where I had nothing in my tank, no self-belief, and it felt like every area of my life was failing. So I wasn't in a great place mentally, but I am just so fucking resilient that I just keep going. Don't give up. Don't give up. The only way to fail is if you quit, and I'm not a fucking quitter. So let's go. Let's keep going. And so I've been in the trenches rebuilding my business, and that has been quite a journey. And now I'm sitting down in like September 2025 and doing the numbers of what the business has generated in both cash and new sales generated income for just September. And that figure is an incredible amount of money and revenue for my business to produce in 30 days, 31 days. And I just shared the number with Bruce and I just like fucking bawled my eyes out because of how it's not about the number. And the number's great and I'm so grateful for that. I'm so grateful. But it's more about, I know how fucking hard I have worked and how dark some of those days have been as I've been rebuilding. not so much in like the last year, more like 2022, 2023. They were really hard years. 2024 and 2025, things started to like slowly move again in the right direction. But to be here, I just am like so grateful, so incredibly grateful. And I'm even grateful for like everything I've learned in the last few years, navigating such a difficult season in business, because now I really know like how I'm like, gonna say this like a bit tongue in cheek, but like I really am truly unstoppable. If I can survive what I survived and I can rebuild my business, it's like cool. Like I have all the evidence that I've ever needed. I don't need any more evidence. And it's interesting, like sharing this. It's like, I really want to do an update and I want to share that the business had our biggest month in revenue and cash since early 2022, before things just kind of came crashing down. And there was a part of me, a very small, teeny micro part of me that was like, no, don't say it. Don't say it, because what if you can't hold it? What if you jinx yourself? Like, what if it comes crashing down next month? And I was like, so fucking what? You know what I mean? So fucking what? Because I've already been there. I've navigated those waters and I've rebuilt. And it's like, I'm still rebuilding, but it's just things are moving in a really good direction. And so I kind of just wanted to come on and give that little update, because I feel like I've done a lot of episodes recently sharing about, okay, need to get this off my chest. And it's just interesting how like it was only on the 20th of August when I first said it out loud and shared vulnerably about like how it's been a couple of years that have been really tough in business. And now this month, I'm like literally generated my biggest month that I've had since then. And I'm like, wow, that's so interesting. And then it just gives me another confirmation that truly the energetic work is the most important work, because the energetic release of sharing that, I think, freed me energetically, emotionally. And now things are moving again, like really fast. And it feels like, whoa, things are really getting back there. And I am very confident that things are going to surpass what I've ever done in business, which is wild. And I'm here for it. And I've worked for it. I fucking worked for it. Do you know what I mean? I'm not the business coach that's like, it's been easy. I'm not the business coach that's like, you know, business has just been so easy for my guys. Everyone just signed up and it's just every month I just like double and triple my income. And those people that are out there having that experience, I'm like, bravo, like no hard feelings. But the thing is, that's very true, actually. I think that we can all have very different experiences in business. And my experience is that I have had seasons where it's so fucking easy. And it's so easy to make money. And it's just like money's just flowing to me and it's easy as fuck. And I'm so successful. I feel like I had that. And then I went through a death of the ego and I lost that. And then I had to rebuild myself and rebuild my business. And I'm getting back there. And there's a part of me that when I see people only speak, especially business coaches or like people who are in that realm talking about money and success, when I see them only constantly share about how much money's landing in their Stripe account, how much money they're making, it's always double and 10xing, and it's just easy and it's just flow and you're just doing it wrong. You're all just doing it wrong. I just find it so easy. You just don't know how to do it. I'm just like, I just don't know. I just can't even imagine having spent 10 years in business that is a real possibility long term. I believe personally that there are different seasons for a reason, and you're going to experience different seasons in business. And somebody who is preaching business is easy hasn't probably been in business long enough yet to have experienced their hard season in business. Now, I don't believe that business is hard, but I absolutely do believe that in business, you are absolutely going to navigate hard seasons. However, I don't believe business should be categorically and consistently hard. If your experience is that it's always hard and it's always hard to make money and it's always hard to scale, then there is probably deeper work, both identity and strategic, that you would need to look at as to why your experience in business is consistently and continuously hard. My experience in business has not always been hard. I feel like I've had both. I've had the season where it was so easy and money just flowed to me and success just was the easiest thing in the world. And I've also had the season where it was really fucking hard and it almost broke me, and all the different seasons in between. And so I feel like I just have, maybe it's my length of time in business in the online space. Maybe it's just that I'm honest and vulnerable and always share the more context and nuance to my experience. Or maybe this has always just been part of what the lessons that I meant to go through, the things that I meant to learn, because this is how I teach. So I just feel like be careful whose content you're consuming. So I want to give some context here. I love to live in possibility, and I definitely don't live my life negatively. I don't live my life that this is hard and woe is me and this is a struggle and you don't know what I'm going through. I just don't at all. That's frequency. That's a very old version of me, and I cannot stand that frequency in people. I'm just not here for it. Get the fuck up, figure it the fuck out, let's go. And so I very much live my life in possibility, but I'm also not afraid to talk about the nuance and the contrast and the fact that I've had really hard seasons in business and I've had really successful, easy seasons in business. And I think that is what actually gives me an edge. Because for me personally, I don't know that I would want to work with somebody who only knows success, who hasn't had a season of failure. Or maybe they have, but they do not speak about it. There's so much fear around it that they never, ever share anything of any contrast. It's always just, I'm winning, I'm successful, I'm winning more money. Yes, clients, it's so easy for me. For me, that frequency, I think there's a difference between hiding and not being dishonest and being toxic positivity. Because my thing as someone who works with women in business is I don't want anyone to ever watch me and think that it's just fucking easy for me. Because if you watch me and you think I've got it all figured out, that it's just easy for me to have success, it's easy for me to make money, then the undertone of that is that you need me to be successful. And the undertone of that is also that I have all the answers and you just don't know what you're doing. So it actually breeds disempowerment and it creates that undertone of lack of self-belief. And that's not at all part of my message or my impact. I want to empower women to know that, yeah, you can fall fucking down hard, break your nose, get back up, and you can be okay. You can survive this. We can get through this. We can figure this out. So I feel like that's very much my ethos and message and how I like to support women. And that requires me to show up and share a lot. And I think I share a lot of contrast and nuance and behind the scenes that other people maybe aren't willing to share. And everyone has their own style. So that's okay as well. But I just think about who you're following and what you're seeing. And is it actually making you think this is possible for me too? Or does it actually make you feel like, oh my God, I need them to be successful? Because that is not the vibe. And I think in the coaching industry, for me, I really don't like that. I don't like when people are pedestaled. I don't like when people put on a hierarchy. I don't like when there's this undertone of, oh, I have all the answers, I'm the guru. It's just not my style, not my vibe. And I think you guys get that from me because I'm always sharing with you all the fuck ups and things along the way. But I've still had a lot of success. And anyway, I did a thing on Instagram. I was talking about people who say business is easy. But I think the more context to that narrative is that you're going to have hard seasons in business. And I think it's really important as women in business that we share those hard seasons. And we share all of the colors and all of the seasons and things that we go through so that we are not judging ourselves. You're not looking at me. I would hope that you follow me and you listen to me and you consume my content and you feel like you're getting the whole truth and you're not watching me going, oh, it's so easy for Crystal, because that's just not the truth. Business is not easy. Business is going to knock you down. You're going to have to get back up. You're going to have to toughen the fuck up in business. You have to get resilient and you're going to have to learn to move with fear, move with self-doubt, move with your inner mean girl screaming at you. And I have had seasons where all of those things were really loud and aggressive and I've moved powerfully regardless. And I think that's what makes me powerful and makes this message so powerful. That's all a side note. So I just want to take a moment to say thank you. I've been in business a long time and so many of you have been here a long time with me. So many of you are OG She Who Dare community members and clients, and you've done multiple of my courses and my programs, and you've worked with me one-on-one, and you do my challenges and my masterclasses, and you follow me on Instagram, and engage with my content. And I just want you to know that it really matters to me and it's really important to me and I really appreciate it. Every single like, every single comment. I don't live in that it's not enough. I'm so abundant. I'm so grateful. I'm so appreciative. I haven't always thought like that. I think like that because I felt like I lost it all and there was no one coming to save me and I decided to save myself. And I feel like that's a theme in my life. It's not a one-time thing. It's happened multiple times in my life. And I'm so grateful that you're here. And there's so many new women coming in as well. I'm attracting so many new women into my world. Like now I'm working with such a wide variety of women. I'm working with women who are like just starting out in business. I'm working with women who are doing 6 figures. I'm working with women who are turning over 7 figures in their business, earning more money than me in their businesses. But there's something about my stamina, my mindset, my resilience, my way of thinking. And it's so interesting what I'm noticing with the wide variety of women that I'm working with at the moment is that it's all the same fucking problem. Even the women who have built their businesses to 7+ figures, you're all struggling with the same thing. There's almost like 4 or 5 different archetypes that I see play out in women in business. And I'm actually going to do a free event on this soon. There's more coming on that as well. I'm going to teach these and do a bit of a workshop. But there's 4 to 5 like archetypes that I see in women in business. And what I'm noticing is that regardless of whether you're starting out or you've surpassed 6 figures or you're at the 7-figure mark, it's like the same things, the same 4 to 5 archetypes are playing out. And when these archetypes are embodied from a disempowered place, it creates resistance, it creates friction and overwhelm and procrastination and lack of confidence, lack of self-belief. And so you can be earning 7 figures and also lack confidence and lack self-belief. Don't think that money and success diminish those things. They don't. They amplify it. So money or more success or more clients is not actually the solution to like the cracks in the foundation and the identity problems that you're currently having. There are some women who will be able to make more money, you know what I mean? But they'll have the same cracks. And if you don't fix those foundational problems, like the momentum will eventually fall through the cracks. The money will eventually fall through the cracks. The success will eventually fall through the cracks. And so it's just super interesting, like the wide variety of women I'm working with. And I'm just noticing, wow, it's all the same shit. You know what I mean? It's all the same shit, different level, but same devil. And I feel that something that's super common with women, I think when we're busy in business and we're building things and families and we're holding so much, is that we don't value the mindset and identity work anymore. It's like, oh, I did that in like 2008. I did a course in 2012. And you're not getting it. So you're not clocking it. It's not one and done. It's like a continuous cycle. And this is something that I've learned so deeply because of all the different seasons I've navigated in the business and how much success I've had that was so easy and losing it all and now rebuilding it and having that success again. And it's, oh my God, it's honestly the most important work that any of you can do is your mindset, your energetics, your identity work. That is the most important work. But I think when we're busy in business and we think we need more money and we need more clients, we think it's strategy. But it's like if you apply the strategy in desperate, low vibrational, shaky energy, that strategy that could have worked with the right energy won't work. And that's what I'm saying. And that's actually what I'm building out. I'm building out my next mastermind. It's a brand new mastermind that's starting at the end of October. And that mastermind is called She Who Dares in Business. And I feel like I'm jumping all over the shop here. I'm like, let's just fucking roll with it. It's a life update, a life and business update. And what's super cool is I'm about to kind of start my launch for this mastermind. I'm so proud of this work and I cannot wait to share more with you guys. I can feel the energy of it. And I just know that this is going to be extremely transformational. And I feel, I'm going to cry. And I feel like everything I've been through the last 2.5 years has led me to this moment to create this work and this mastermind to work with women in business in this ways that I can take all the shitty things that have just happened and turn that into power. And it's like, that is so who I am. That's like the cycle of my whole fucking life is like shitty, hard things happening, turning my pain into power. impacting others. And I feel like I've just been doing that cycle my whole fucking life. And so I should just relax and be like, when I go through my next hard season, I should be like, this is actually going to become my next bit of most powerful work and teachings. But I've been selling the mastermind on the D-Low, okay? So I haven't actually launched it yet. There's no sales page, there's no information, there's no call schedule, there's nothing yet. It's all in my mind and in my Notion. On the down low, I've been selling spots, and I have already sold 8 spots just in September to the mastermind, which is super cool. So I only have about maximum, I have 12 spots left for this mastermind. My absolute maximum amount of women, I think, is around 20 women based on what we're going to be doing over the 5 months together. And there's all this amazing stuff that I've added in. Just the other day, I was sitting down and I was like, oh my God, I just got the download for what I want to do. So it's originally it was a 5-month mastermind. I just added in a 3-month bonus. So we're actually going to be working together for Q1. So that in October we start, and then we're going to be doing Q1 and Q2 of 2026. And my intention is to create something that is so fucking transformational and unlike anything that's out there. There's lots of exciting things happening. And the mastermind is only one thing. I already have my whole 2026 mapped out of what I'm creating. It's so interesting, actually. 2022 is my hardest year in fucking business, but it was also the year that I got so many downloads. So a lot of the things that I'm actually have executed this year and are in my execution plan for next year are things that I started planning in 2022. But I was so fucking broken and lost and just had no belief that I feel like it just wasn't the right time. And now I feel like it's absolutely the right time. So I've been selling spots on the D-Low, and that's so cool. The women that have already come into the mastermind is so fucking incredible. So powerful, such a variety of different businesses, different stages of business, different revenues that have been turned over, which is super cool because of the work that we're going to do together. So it's going to be a real melting pot of powerhouse women sitting at a table together. Yes, there's going to be lots of information coming out about that over the next month. I'm about to launch my next free experience, which is going to be a workshop, which I am so excited about. The information is going to come out I think, if you're listening on Wednesday morning, which will be Wednesday, the first email to my email list. I'm always going to go to my email list first. I treat them like VIPs. So if you're on my email list, you're going to get the first email, which is going to invite you to sign up for my free workshop. All the information will be in there. And that's going to be a great first step. If you're cool, what the hell is going on? I want to know what's going on in Crystal's world. Get into that workshop. But yeah, that's my life update. And in all of that, I've traveled, I've been away so much for work trips and business retreats and keynote speaking. And we are actively trying to fall pregnant. So I'm taking all my herbs and doing all of that stuff. And I was laughing at Bruce. I was ovulating when I was at the event with my mentor. And I feel like I'm just at the moment, I'm literally ovulating. It feels like the last 2 months since my miscarriage. And those 2 times that I've ovulated, I've been so busy, and me and Bruce are just doing our best. But I feel like we're having sex because I'm ovulating, and I'm running in to do a call quickly. And I always go to him, I'm laughing so much because if people could see what's happening, all the crazy different plates that we're spinning right now, and we're very positive, and I feel very connected that I'm going to be pregnant again soon. And I've had that feedback from Chantel Legg, who's a clairvoyant and a client of mine since the dawn of time. She gave me that timeline. And then I actually connected with another spirit baby psychic or clairvoyant at the business retreat event that I went to with my mentor, Courtney Rose, who's predicted a lot of influencers. She's got quite a huge big following and very known for getting it right. And when I shared at that event about the struggles of 9 years going through fertility and infertility, she actually gave me a message and gave me a timeline and dates. And so, yeah, I feel like I'm going to be pregnant again really soon, which is exciting. And I feel like right now I'm birthing my business again and things are blowing the fuck up. And I'm so grateful. You guys, I mean, I can express myself as best as I can, but it's been a lot of work to get here. To be saying I'm having my biggest month in business that I've had since 2022. I'm not gloating. I'm humble as fuck. And I know that nothing is guaranteed and that it takes work and I'm not entitled. I'm just so grateful. And I just feel like it's the beginning of this whole new chapter for me. So I feel like I've rebirthed my business, rebuilt my business. It's on track. Like I'm going to surpass whatever I've ever done in business before. And I'm going to build the thing that when I started 10 years ago, I wanted to build. It's just been a longer road for me. And I feel like I'm also going to become a mum. And I feel like the next 12 months are going to blow me away. I'm going to blow you guys all away. Thanks so much for listening. Have the best day, morning, evening, whenever you're listening. And I'll see you guys for the next episode. Thank you so much for joining me for today's episode. If you loved this episode, be sure to share that with me by leaving me a review, and head over to the She Who Dares official Instagram account at She Who Dares Official, hit follow, slide into my DMs, and share with me the impact this episode has had on you. And before you go, I'm going to leave you with this. The universe is responding to you. It is following your lead. You are the one who has to move first. And when you do, the whole universe will move with you, because it's I lead, the universe follows. When I move, the universe moves with me. That is our official She Who Dares mantra. I want you to write it down, put it on a mirror, and I want you to remind yourself of it every day. When I lead, the universe follows. When I move, the universe moves with me. When you follow this She Who Dares mantra, you are going to unlock the magic of the universe, and you are stepping into your most powerful self. I can't wait to see you for the next episode. Thanks for being here.